And on May the 4th, Reiss Colwell said to who could possibly be his wife, "I love you and I'll see you soon." And this has been a secret that Reiss has been holding away from Sonia this entire time. Anytime Sonia mentions him, like, "Oh, well, you haven't been in a relationship for a while, have you?" Reiss looks really, really shy. So, Piggy, what is Reiss's secret?
If you want my actual theory, I believe it's one of a few things. His wife is either dying, because sometimes when you're losing your loved one, they want you to move on, so it won't be as hard as when they die and then you move on. They basically want you to move on while they're alive
Yeah.
and dying.
I mean,
The other one is he could be.
no, I was just saying, like, even Lola's, like, kind of said to Jay, like, "Listen, alright, I'm dying. We know that. I want you to be happy at some point with someone else."
Yeah. The other one is he's in an abusive relationship and he got out. His wife's either an abusive woman or maybe his children, because that can also happen.
Yeah.
Your children could be abusive to you. I know people probably go, that's unrealistic. EastEnders is unrealistic, but it could happen. The other theory I have is he's living a double life and he's struggling. Like Reiss might just be. Now I'm gonna compare this to regular show. There was this character on regular show. He was called Thomas, and basically for about 4 seasons, they just knew him as Thomas, the guy who worked in the park. And then it was revealed that he was a secret spy. I'm not saying Reiss is a secret spy, but it could be something like that, where he's Reiss in EastEnders, and then at home he's Bob Conrad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's living a double life.
Yeah,
And then
no.
he's finding it hard. He's finding it hard to tell to Sonia. If I can go off what an EastEnders person said, EastEnders person, no, what someone on Reddit said.
Ooh.
Someone said, Reiss and the Cracker fella, whatever his name was, and basically
Jed.
them two are Jed. Him and Jed are working together to take out Sonia's money and to get out of her home. Which, look, if you look at Reiss, I'm not saying that man couldn't do it, but if you look at him, he wouldn't be able to, like, you know what I mean? He'd awkwardly let it slip. He'd be like Freddie Slater, but he would accidentally let it slip. He'd be like, "Well, I'm not asking you for your money, but I'm asking you for your money." And you're like, "Oh no, Reiss. Oh no. It's not the Reiss I know." But yeah.
I don't reckon it was... I don't know, I think I would struggle to have Reiss actually be, like, controversial.
People want him to be a serial killer, which, again,
Yeah,
you look at him,
he's just not,
and
though,
he's
is
not.
he?
No. I understand people say anyone can be a serial killer, but you just look at Reiss, you want to hug him. You don't want him to kill someone. Like, he doesn't have it in him. I know we joke on the podcast that he could kill someone, but he can't. Like, realistically, if he killed Keanu, do you think he'd be able to cover it up? No. The man would let it slip faster than he'd let a jam slip. Be like, "What's that on your shirt, Reiss? That blood?" Yes, well, it is, Sean, yeah, but you know, in the 1950s, people wore blood as a sign of royalty to the king. And you're like, "Oh no, Reiss, no." So yeah, what is your theories?
I mean, well, bloody hell, I mean, just carrying on with that, Jesus, I don't even know where to go with it. I see, initially when they brought this up, I was expecting to like his wife to be in like intensive care or something, or like in like palliative care, like she's dying but she wants to move on type deal, you know. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe she's a paraplegic, maybe she's not, like, I don't know, maybe there was some problem where she just doesn't respond anymore. Because because you know that happens in some cases. My only example is one that you're not going to understand, but in Hollyoaks in about 2015, 2016, you had Lindsay and Kim Butterfield, and Kim had a twin sister called Kath, who was just pushed by Lindsay, and then essentially became, I don't know what the nice term is it for. I only really have the term of like brain dead. Like they just all they would do is they just like lie there and stare.
See, and now I understand we're getting a bit off topic, but it is, in my opinion, dealing with a person who had dementia, because it is kind of the same thing, because you do get Lewy body dementia, which affects your bowels and everything.
Yeah.
But the problem with a person with dementia or who's dying who needs palliative care, you see them die twice. You see them slowly losing their mind and dying,
Yeah.
and then you see them actually die. And so you lose someone twice, which is the hardest thing you can ever do, is lose someone twice.
Yeah.
Like if you I'm not saying that if your dad has a heart attack and dies, it's like, whoopee, he's dead. I get all this money. But like it's a lot easier to grieve someone if they die once than it is to grieve them twice.
No, I can imagine. Like if someone just suddenly dies, so you have the initial shock and then you can move on. But if you just see them degrade, probably pretty.
Yeah.
And to wrangle that back in, that's what I initially thought about Reiss. This week's made me a little bit sus. Amogus. And it's just, I don't know, he doesn't seem like he's capable of living a double life. Like, I once had a mate who told me he'd been having this long-running affair with, like, and I was just like, you're doing that? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, how? You're an idiot, mate. How are you piecing that together? And that's how I feel about Reiss. How is he done? So I feel like his secret is going to be something. It's obviously going to be a shock to Sonia. Of course, Sonia's gonna, as we've seen, Sonia's gonna like throw him out immediately and have like a knee-jerk reaction. But there's gonna be a bit more to it, or at least if there's not, he's gone. Like, you know, if there's not more to it, he's off the show immediately. But there's gonna be some like sweet but stupid reason, or maybe even a bit more emotional, because, you know, Reiss has so far just been there to kind of be like, oh well, bloody hell.
Well, you know, back in the 1960s, the Beatles weren't actually that good. They were just riffing off songs off the Colour People. So you know, Sonia, you're kind of like the Beatles. You know, you're riffing off. He's sort of like that on the show, isn't he?
He's the very pedantic. But I'm not saying Reiss is autistic.
but he does give off autistic vibes.
As a man who's been diagnosed with autism, I'm allowed to talk to my people. Not that any of them are my people, we're all weird fuckers. He does give off the pedantic autistic vibes. Kind of like Roy Cropper in Coronation Street. No, he's got the very pedantic, doesn't really get along with the normal stuff, doesn't like crowds, really socially awkward. And he's good with numbers as well. I'm not, though. I'm shit at that.
Just imagining you like, you know where the presidents have their thumb over their first finger? Oh. Just you in front of your audience. My fellow autistic people, we need to band together, and form a union, my autistic brethren.
Nah, that's too organised. Nah, see, instead of getting the like trivia like one or like the really smart one, I just kind of I just like what I like. and that's turned into soap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
Dove. What other soap is there? Old Spice. Sleepy Joe on the mic.
Town. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I suppose not to fully derail. Yeah, so Reiss does have a second wife, but it could also have been his daughter. Could have been his daughter. They could be split. Maybe his daughter's called Debbie. We don't know. Do you know? What do you think about Reiss? Do you think he's weird or do you think he's endearing? We have been watching Walford. I've been Ash. I've been joined by Piggy.
Shalom, my fellow autistic brethren.
And we will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.